up, it's that time again. The sun's not here, but we're on again. Grab your coffee, grab your crystals and gather round. It's not lunch, it's not breakfast, it's the time we found. For brunch, well maybe we're busy. For brunch, maybe we're lazy. For brunch, well maybe it's Conquest. For brunch, or be your request. But brunch is the time that we make for each of us, where we ask Egnards dumb stuff, because brunch will always be the special time for Egnards and for me.
Oh my goodness. Good morning, everybody. This is, I didn't really have anything planned for today. I was supposed to be doing a black belt run with all of my students. They have their test coming up in May. It's going to be raining all morning, so we had to cancel, which means I get to do brunch. And this is on my favorite brunch day, which is the day that we have TB and Conquest, right? So it's Hell Week brunch, which is the one I enjoy the most because I get to spend the most amount of time chatting with you guys while we are just making our way through whatever content the game has to offer for us. Do I offer advice for accounts, even if not paying for it? Alex, yeah, right on Discord. I listen, here's the deal. Here's how Egnards works. Egnards likes beer. Egnards like paying off his mortgage. Egnards enjoys making money as much as I'm sure everybody else does. However, I also believe that this game knowledge should be freely shared. So when I do roster reviews, it is tip-based. And I do have very generous benefactors who believe in what we do here, who help make that a lot more possible for me. So don't worry about it. Obviously, you might not get that information today. Depends on what the roster reviews look like for today. It depends on how quickly everything else is going to happen today in terms of TB and Conquest. But I do tag people. I do let people know. I do timestamp things. So even if it's next week, if you're unable to watch, you'll be able to pop in and do things the way that you can. I know Cosco's been kicking ass this week, right? With his streams. He's been really like punching up and hitting it. He is in the place that I was in 2.5 years ago, where he is like, you know what? I want to start to try this whole weird thing that is called streaming instead of just text. There you go, Alex. I just linked that up to you. Let's get started, right? I got a little bit of allergies this morning. I can feel it in my eyes. I can feel it in my nose. So I apologize when I'm sniffling. There's not much I can do about that. The show must go on. But let's see what's going on in game. We have my guild. We're doing TB. We've finished Hoth. Ring of Kafrine is coming along nicely. Mandalore is coming along nicely. Malachor is still a little behind. That's okay. Let's take a look at what the math. Thanks. I appreciate that. I also don't care. I know you're fucking around with me, but yeah, my allergies are hitting me hard today. 730 minus 626. We need 104 there. Generally don't really need to deploy to Mandalore. Maybe like 10-15 goes there. So I'm not going to even think about that. Plus 730 minus 293. still what's up, Bodhi? 423. About 118 below. That's nice. God, when we did that video, a bunch of people messaged me. They were like, "Hey, man, Arnold did this whole video about you," and it wasn't bad. It wasn't mean. I just obviously he and I disagree, and I decided to do that reaction video. And I messaged Moonborn. Well, I started making the card myself actually in Canva, and then I messaged Moonborn because I was going to work late, and I said, I need you to make me just one of your really stupid unhinged cards. And then when he sent me the unhinged card, I was like, I need you to send me something that's like 25% less unhinged. No, mosquitoes, we don't really see too many mosquitoes around here. We used to. Not so much anymore. Let's get into it. What do we got? It is 11:30. Let's start the process, shall we? You guys are going to hear that every time I sniffle. I feel so sorry for you. Unless that's what you're into. Let's turn the audio back up. Guys. I never kill those fucking TIE fighters. Everybody else is like, oh, I kill the TIE fighters in that one hit. Never. It never happens for me. Sunburn. Need to start getting back into like running and doing that kind of stuff once the weather gets better. Come on, there we go. My wife learned that lesson the hard way yesterday too, because she was outside all day and forgot sunscreen, and it's not helping her. I think with Scythe down, this should be without. I can auto this without problems. But you know what, Adis? At least this combat is doable, unlike that stupid fucking Geonosian one. I'm about to stop doing phase 2 missions next time we do TB, and I still have not beaten that Geo mission a single time. You'd think that when Leviathan came out, that would be easy. A powdered wig, Bodhi. Just like your ancestors. Wake up. All right, Mara Jade, that is JV. We like JV here because it's a little bit easier to contend with them. So we'll do that. People who say these battles aren't autoable. Come on, guys. Look, Ma. No hands. Guess you can't see. I guess you can't see my hands, actually. You don't know where they are. They could be anywhere. There we go. See? Now we're a little bit closer. Perfect. If you saw the concert film of Ellen John on the street. I read that as is Australia because that's what you wrote, but obviously it's in Australia. Was that filmed by Aussie Mike? I have a good feeling about today. I want to hit that 47. That would be fucking beautiful. So goddamn beautiful. Yeah, Adis, I think right now what I'm going to do is we are going to take our strategy and we are going to deprioritize that day 5 for a little while so that we can prioritize the preload for today, which is what we did yesterday. I told Q very early on, I said, let's just go for the 2 and let's see what happens. So I'm hoping we can hit it this time. Or at least get very close, because if we get very close, we get about an 8 million extra in deploys next time, which is really about 16 million in deploys. Good luck, Hobnob. Time to get wrecked with only 5 GLs. K2 is where you start to play with the big boys. Right? K1 is where you start to play with the giants. God, I love these Gungans. I need Relic 11 to come out so I can get these guys up. Wake up, it's that time again. Oh, it's C squared. I miss you, buddy. We've banned Vance. Come back. All of the craziness is over. He's gone. It's quiet where we are. Cheers, M3. It's not great coffee I'm drinking, but it is what it is. It'll do what it has to do. Oh my God. I'll show you right after. My mods for my Gungans, I mean, they're not perfect. But the one thing that you want is every single mod, if you want to be like good with your Gungans, every single mod on every single Gungan should have protection % as a secondary. As long as it's not a primary, obviously. Now, I don't know if all of my Gungans meet that criteria because I have not been able to go back to them. But that is, that's kind of where you want to start, especially if it's not a priority team for you. But I'll show you my Jar Jar mods in just a second. I gotta bring him up even more. All right, let's check it out. I'm so excited to talk Gungans. All right, so for me, Jar Jar is speed and health, which I believe is very common. Speed, health, speed on the arrow. Obviously, you want him going fast. You see those protection percents. Protection on the triangle, because really the whole thing with the Gungans is the shield generator and ramping damage with that protection. And once the shield generator dies, it's kind of over anyway. Potency on the cross. I can't remember any of the shape names this today. Potency on the cross, you want to be able to hit those things as hard as possible. You want to make sure that any debuff is going to hit no matter what. right? He doesn't do any damage, so you don't need offense. You don't need crit damage. You don't need crit chance. You really just want him taking turns and landing those debuffs. Protection on the circle, right? Because the more protection, the better. They ramp off of that protection gain. Also, potency is very important, right? Defense, we don't have a choice here, but you can see I still have that protection percent and that potency. And then over here, I don't have any potency, but it's a nice mod because it's got 4 rolls of protection. We get higher on protection. No, fucking health. Hate you. Piece of shit. Discard changes. You just want him fast. That's the whole thing with Jar Jar. You want him fast. As fast as possible. Right? That whole Gungan team. Oh, I just did Jar Jar, right? So that whole Gungan team. You're prioritizing speed, really, over anything else. Right? I want my fastest mods on them. I want them doing debuffs. My one guy, Tarples. My boy Tarples over here, right? He's where you're going to put all of your damage. I would like him to be a little bit... Oh, can I do it? Let's do it. Ah, fuck you. Piece of shit. What about this? Okay, maybe for more offense. Fuck you with your flat stats, piece of shit. Nothing. Oh, I can go for speed here. Why not? Oh, fucking piece of shit. This is how much I care about my Gungans. Is I am modding them with. I shouldn't be increasing these mods at all. I really, really shouldn't. And every single hit there was shit. Every single hit that I tried was completely not worth it. Beautiful. What a waste. This guy ever messaged me? No. 6 hours ago. Can I play the intro again? C-Squared, you're singing the intro, man. If I play the intro again, it'll be stuck in my head. Because that's exactly what happens. Wake up, it's that time again. Grab your coffee, grab your crystals, gather round. It's not breakfast, it's not lunch. It's the time we've made for brunch. Ba-da-da-da-da for brunch. Dee-dee-dee-beep-beep for brunch. Ugh. It is an earworm. That and the roster review song get stuck in my head very often. And what is this shit? I hate everybody else. I say this every time. Everybody else loves this team on Ring of Kafrene. I hate this team. All these fucking sticky ass taunts. And now, oh look, we got another fucking taunt. I can't even get to fucking the second part of the battle. Oh, good. Another fucking sticky taunt. What a waste. I fucking hate that battle. Twitch is giving you in kind. That's kind of like it's kind of like when we're watching Hulu and all we get is like eczema ads. And eczema and plaque psoriasis. Get Sky Rizzy. Skin that's clear, even at 1 year. Hate that fucking battle. C squared, we still have to work on the outro. We want that really long, really obnoxious outro. But I'm waiting until it's the summer and both Moonborn and I have nothing to do because we're both bored and unemployed for that time. Oh, God. It's not breakfast. It's not lunch. It's the time we share for brunch. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. All right. I thought we were going to lose this battle, but I think we're safe now. I think we're good to go. You might pee yourself from being lazy. I could see myself doing that. No, I can't. No. I think I'm pretty sure I've made clear to my wife the moment that I start needing those because of a permanent situation is the moment she needs to smother me. And I can only hope that she actually does it. I know she probably won't, but I can hope. Morning, Chris. Look, you can send me depends all you want, but it's the moment that it needs to be done, the moment that there is no hope for me, just smother me. In 2 years, if I start peeing myself constantly, nope, just give me an extra Benadryl and put a pillow over my head. What is this? This is the open battle. So Ahsoka. I really need to increase my battle counts, but I also need to worry about the era that's ending in 2 weeks. And I still don't even have mod sets for my characters. So I am not excited about that at all. I promised my girlfriend hot dogs and now it's raining. Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the rain to actually start here. Because I canceled this black belt run, and so far it was supposed to start raining at 6. It has not started raining yet. The run is supposed to be in an hour, and I'm going to be really, really annoyed if the rain does not start, because then it makes my life harder. Scheduling the run for any week other than this week is going to make my life harder. And I'm very annoyed by that. Go. I don't want to make that choice for other people running bald man. It's just a choice for me. I can't. I don't have that kind of strength. Just taunts out of the way. These stupid battles and these I hate the probe droids, honestly, because all the probe droids do are prolong the battle. Just make it longer. They don't really make it that much harder most of the time. They just make the battle take forever. DTMG. My boy Shadow, I don't know if Shadow is here right now, but my boy Shadow says that this mission is not autoable, which means I'm going to lose it today. But it's like he hasn't watched me auto this battle a million times in the past. Especially now that I've traded out the stupid droid for Scout Trooper. How fast do I want Sabine and Hera on an Ahsoka team? Let me see what mine are at. My Hera. Sleeping. General. Oh, because it's not Hera, it's General Syndulla. My Hera is 320. My Sabine is 297. So my Sabine's kind of slow. I got to speed her up a little bit. But I feel like we've been pushed so hard into new characters that I just cannot keep up with modding. Finding it very, very hard to do. Xander, you know damn well that it is morning in the real world, so fuck you. Still mad at you about what last week. Huyang, my Huyang is... Huyang for me is at 304. Not saying that's the right speed, that's just where I'm at. What does a black belt run involve? A black belt tied to a truck and first catch it gets promoted? Exactly, that's how it works. Or all of my candidates have to do a run. Oh, wow, I am going to lose it today. Oh, never mind. I got my revive. All of my black belts have to do a run. If they're under 16, it's a 1 mile run. If they're over 16, it's a 3 mile run. It's not necessarily hard. It's just to push them into actually caring about cardio. And it's supposed to be done about a month before the test. All right. Moment of truth. Least favorite battle. Is this the debuff one? No, this is... Yes. So we're going to get to you. Rule number 1. And rule number 2 is double tap. And if it's not rule number 2, then it should be, because that just makes more sense for it to be rule number 2. I love those movies. Both Zombielands are just... They're just fun movies. Philip was a runner. He was a cross-country runner. So, yes. My under 16s can do 10. That would be great. I should increase it, because the 1 mile run is so damn easy for the younger kids. They can do well on Braca. I've used them on Braca before, but not in a long time. I can do Braca on full auto at this point, so I don't really experiment there anymore like I used to. Oh, I don't do it. It's probably gonna cost me by trying to kill this guy early. There we go. This is their constipation stance. Release the dogs. Yes. I can be pretty strict with my brown and black belts. I 100% can be. Cardi B's cousin? I hope not, man. Oh, C squared, man. I'm catching you early. What time is church? I love that you're here though. Normally you pop in and you're like, I'm going to church, just telling you I won't be there. Okay. We just have light side left. And I, for the life of me, cannot remember. This is full Phoenix. This is Cannon, Felcrum, Zeb, Hera, Sabine, Chopper. Okay, so full Phoenix, we're going to use LV. Go right into ult. Oh, I knew it. I shouldn't have said anything. Sad day. Right back into ults. I'm doing pretty okay this time. I really screwed up Malachor last time. So I'm doing all right. Really just a long battle because of all of their debuff dispels and their other shit. Gotta wait for LV to ramp up. I love the turn 1 ult. It does make... LV is a pretty damn reliable team when it comes to TB. There we go. I think we're starting to get it. Is Oppo the best TB Omicron? I honestly think that Phalanx is the best TB Omicron, or Tarpals rather. In my opinion, Tarpals has the best TB Omicron, and it turns the Gungans from a team that is really not that great in TB into a team that can auto even R9 planets. It's just a great Omicron. Now, unfortunately, the problem is that it's a team that now most people are not going to bring Gungans to R9 because the raid is over, right? So it's not a priority team for most people. Morning, Ani. You need raid news. I know, man. I'm thinking we are going to get raid news in the next announcement when they give us the new era stuff. Basically, what I think is going to happen is, or I should say, basically what happens is people talk about how we don't have State of the Galaxy anymore. And I feel like they've been replaced by a very consistent era message. And I think that that's exactly what we're going to see when this current era ends, we are going to get like 8 different posts on the same day talking about the next era, talking about, apparently there's a new game mode. Arnold saw Meathead posted something on Discord, and he's like, oh, there's something being worked on, so maybe that will be coming out with the next era. I think we will get a raid news post. We won't get all of the news on the raid, but we will probably get preliminary stuff where they'll be like, oh, era, Andor era, and this new era characters will be usable. But you won't get a full team line out. We get raid news every other Arnold video. Yeah, yesterday my guild leader messaged me. He's like, what's this new game mode Arnold is talking about? And I was like, dude, what makes you think that I watch those videos? I have no idea. And then he had a whole conversation with himself in my DMs, showing me screenshots. So I didn't even have to watch. Made it super easy for me. Okay, let's... Oh, right, we can't have 2 big units. I don't know. Let's do that, I guess. We don't need Jabba. It's going to be a choose your own adventure book. But you know what? When that happens, I like when that happens, because what I end up doing is I end up compiling it into one post, and then people love me for it. The only thing I'm going on is apparently Arnold did this video, and I saw in the screenshots that were sent to me that Meathead on the event server posted something where somebody said, what would be the game mode you want? And Meathead was like, the game mode that's in development right now. So that is literally the only information, but obviously he turned it into this whole big long video. The point is, I think that we are going to get a post that has just a million different things. It's going to be really hard to compile, and people are going to be confused. And people are going to be confused because that they're also at the same time trying to mod 7 characters. So it's going to be a very interesting time. We used no ult charge at all. We're just going to keep spamming basic to get the ult charge up. Octiari, all I'm saying, I'm mostly joking around with the idea of the fact that at the end of the era, there's going to be a lot of confusing... there's going to be a lot of confusing information all coming out at the same time. That is the only thing that I'm saying. I have no idea. I love when Chopper gets all messed up and things get slowed down because of it. I would believe that the next 5 eras are planned. Because, and I've been saying this for a while now, I believe that CG has a 2-year development cycle. And the first year development cycle is the year that they're like actually building stuff out. And then the second year development cycle is their like plan, but like their plan doesn't necessarily, it can change. So it's a little bit more being loosely worked on. So the fact that they have 5 eras planned, I believe it. Why don't I use the planet special to cycle cooldowns faster? Because normally I do everything on auto, and there I just was like, let me get through the thing. I wasn't really thinking about heavy strategy at all. That's why. Let's see what we got here. 730, 646. So we need 84 there. We're still doing okay here. We might need to deploy, but I'm still going to keep that out of my calculation for now. Plus 730 minus 372. So we need 442. What do we have left? Minus 346. Okay, so we're at about a minus 96, which is okay. I want this to go to, let's say, 550. And we can go from there. Do I have someone? I do not have anyone leaving yet. I think we are right now over the hump of crazy leaving. I think all of the people who are like just done with eras have left, and that has left us with a solid group. But you know what? In 2 weeks, when we get the new era, that could change. I might get a whole new group of people who are frustrated and don't give a shit, and they want to start leaving. And it's ironic because I have I have 3, 4, counting you, 4 people waiting for spots in the guild. Actually, Xander, Meathead, not Meathead, Moonborn, put something out on my channel. It's hidden on my channel. It's just like he was making fun of me and my ads. So he put together this 30-second ad for the channel that I'll show you guys. It's completely AI. It's not visible. It's not meant to be used. I do want to do some fake ad spots that I can throw in just to be funny sometimes. But where is it? Go to swugga.gg. So this is the ad that he posted for no reason other than to make me laugh.
Bears used to steal my lunch. Now, I eat the bears. Thanks, Egnards.
I used to be completely invisible at parties.
Now,
I'm the mayor of the ocean, Egnards.
it just works.
Pour my soul, and it green my beard.
Egnards in a can. Don't ask what's in it. Just drink it.
So that was his attempt to make me laugh. It worked. I thought it was funny, and I thought it was funny that it says Egnards instead of Egnards. Do we want this? Yeah, I'll take it. Defense, no. I'll take it. Sure, why not? Still nothing here. I need MK3 shit. $99.99 for a creative Egnards. Listen, AI is AI. Here's the deal. I think that there are uses for AI. I think that AI gets overused in a lot of things. I think that AI commercials piss me off when they're on TV. I think that when I call a call center and I have to talk to a fucking AI agent, it pisses me off. I'm going to use it to make me laugh. I'm going to, because that's just the world that we live in right now. And Moonborn making a 30-second private video that that gets seen a couple of times isn't changing the dynamic of water usage or AI data centers. It's not doing anything. It is what it is. What do we got? Nothing else here. That is, oh, events. No, we did all of those. Morning, Allie. Let's go to Conquest. We got a lot of Conquest to do. Shadow has joined the fucking dark side. Like, he used to be such a deep throat on this game, and now he's like, no, every day I fucking hate this game. And I'm here for it. I honestly am. It's so funny to me. A constable themed raid. God damn, I will fucking end my life. Morning, Jeremy. All right, somebody say the line. Actually, I have fully defensive discs on, so this is gonna take forever. Oh my god, this is taking forever. Allie, honestly, my allergies are killing me this morning. It's starting to get a little bit better. They were a lot worse before. But right now, I'm starting to get where I need to be. Still not fucking rating. My God, my parents are pissed off. I need something that's gonna do more damage. I have booming voice. I don't need fortified anymore. I don't need a second booming voice on. I wish that these fucking things. An enemy recovers health. An ally uses basic damage, healing immunity during turn. They deal bonus true damage. Okay, maybe no. Potency. Call another ally. No, I don't need that. I don't really need any of this. I just want shit to die faster. Caustic emissions might help with all the debuffs. Hate that I have to keep fucking clicking things because I don't know what anything is. I don't know. I guess that. Like, there we go. That's what I was waiting for, is the why aren't you simming comment. Thank you, Xander. What are we going to see? I don't think we're going to see anything today. There isn't really anything out that we want to see. I mean, we might end up going to see, like, you, me, and Tuscany just because we're bored today. But we've seen everything out that we had wanted to see. We saw the drama last week. I enjoyed it. It was a good movie. She really liked it. It's been getting mixed reviews, but I was a fan. We don't have any intention to see The Mummy. Lee Cronin's The Mummy. I was a little bit disappointed with that because my wife didn't want to see it because it looked too scary for her, even though she likes horror. But after reading the reviews of it, I kind of don't really care about not going to see it anyway. That's how I feel, Ani. I look at Cobb Vanth's kit and I'm like, I see what you're kind of going for, but it doesn't excite me. It doesn't make me interested. Should go see Normal. Is that... I think I saw one trailer for Normal, and it kind of looks like that Nobody movie, right? His other movies, Nobody 1 and 2. We didn't see them. I do want to see them, though. So if we do go to the movies, it's going to be a very last minute, like, oh, let's just check this out now kind of thing. Should actually move down to Sector 3 because I think I have a lot of level 3 parts and I need some level 2 parts. Do I want to see... I don't want to see Leto in anything. But I don't think Masters of the Universe is out yet. Is it? let's see. What is out? The Mummy. Yeah, I don't give a shit about that. Yumi and Tuscany. She might maybe want to see it. I don't really care. Normal. I don't really know anything about it, but like I might go see that on like a boring day. I've already seen Mario. We've seen the drama. We've seen Hoppers. We've seen Project Hail Mary. We might go see the Lauren documentary. What's the worst thing I've seen in cinemas? I actually talked about this. It was very recent. I have to actually look up the name of the movie because I don't remember it. I don't walk out of movies. Oh, there it is. I don't walk out of movies, even shitty movies. I will just like go and take a nap. I'll take a nap and go, this is fine. Like, I don't care. My wife and I went to go see the Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson movie that came out like 6 months ago called Die, My Love. It might be one of the worst movies I've ever seen. We sat through the first 20 minutes. It was an almost empty theater. There was like 3 or 4 other people in there. We sat down for the first 20 minutes, and then my wife and I both took out our phones to check the runtime of this movie because we both were like, what the fuck is going on? And then about 45 minutes through the movie, we saw another couple get up and leave. And we literally, like, we turned to each other and we were like, oh, right, that's an option. And we just left. God damn, it was a bad movie. Yeah, I need more of those. Oh, I guess I could use more of those too. No, this M3, I don't mind watching like a B movie. I don't mind watching a C movie. I don't mind watching a bad movie every once in a while. I normally can find the good in a movie. This movie had no redeeming value, and it didn't make sense to me at all. And judging from the reviews afterwards, it seems that I was not alone in that. You can't turn me away then. Yeah, it's not going to be FO. Just let them believe, Adis. Just let them believe. I think we're going to be seeing a fundamental shift with this raid because of the era. Or because of the era, we're going to be seeing like no old teams. Because of how eras work, new teams can get to G12 and they can get into raids and they can do like R2, R3 that I think they're just going to go, this is fine now. We'll be maybe have a couple one-off units that are, you know, old units like Luthen. And if Cobb Vanth is usable, then like Constable units. What's up, Kev? We saw the trailer. My wife looked terrified. She's like, we're not going to see this. This looks too scary even for me. Which I'm okay with. After reading some of the reviews, and I don't read reviews often. I find that a lot of reviews are wrong for my own sensibilities, for my own taste in movies and what I enjoy doing. I hate Oscar bait movies. It just seemed like a lot of the criticisms to me made it seem like the type of movie where I'd be checking my phone constantly and going like, am I done yet? I had sent this to my wife yesterday in a review. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. One of the reviews for this movie was where is it? I don't have any particular brand loyalty to the ancients. The ancient likes of Imhotep and Amenet. remember her. But to his credit, Lee Cronin has inspired my first strong opinion about The Mummy. It shouldn't be an 8-year-old girl named Katie. For me, that just says it all. Yeah, I generally... The only time I will look at reviews is if it's a movie I'm on the fence about. Like, I'm going to go... Street Fighter is probably going to be a terrible movie. I'm going to go see it. Mortal Kombat is probably going to be a terrible movie. I am going to go see it. I don't care how bad reviews were for the Mario movie. I went to go see it. I don't regret going. I didn't find it to be a very good movie. I thought the first one was way better. But if I'm on the fence, it does help me to decide a little bit. And then you read the reviews and you see what the actual complaints are, and if those complaints are things you care about. You know, it was a really good horror movie lately, though. If you haven't seen it, Undertone. Undertone was a very unique horror experience for me. And I thought it was very cool and very, very well done. So I would strongly recommend it. Need to have an Egnards movie reviews section on this channel. Mortal Kombat, here's the thing. The Mortal Kombat redo, the 1996 Mortal Kombat is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love the Mortal Kombat movie. Mortal Kombat Annihilation obviously was terrible, but I was also a kid. And even though as a kid I knew it was terrible, I was still like, this is so cool. The Mortal Kombat Rebirth thing that they did years ago, that was really, really cool. I did not like the new Mortal Kombat. I did not like the Mortal Kombat movie that came out a few years ago. A lot of people said it was really good, that they really liked it. I felt like the CGI on it was just bad, and that it wasn't a very interesting story. I got very bored. I'm still gonna go see the new Mortal Kombat movie because I hope it's better, and because Mortal Kombat is one of my favorite franchises. But I don't have high hopes. The Street Fighter movie, again, the 1994 movie is obviously not a great movie. It is one of my favorite movies. I have very strong opinions on the old Street Fighter. I did not like the reimagining. I thought it was kind of dumb. This new one coming out looks more campy and fun. It looks like it gets Street Fighter a little bit more than the reimagining did. So I am kind of hopeful in that regard, but it almost looks like maybe it's slightly too campy. So we'll see what happens there. I think when it comes to like the 94 Street Fighter is that people review it so unfairly. They give the movie a lot of shit because of Jean-Claude Van Damme's casting as Guile. I think he played a great fucking Guile. Oh no, he has an accent. Uh-oh, like American people can't have accents or be from somewhere else. Like, oh no, I think he looked the part perfectly. Street Fighter was literally, if I remember correctly, like the second video game adaptation ever made. So to me, for the second video game adaptation ever made, and for the fact that the first video game adaptation was like the Mario movie, which was god awful, I think that a lot more credit needs to be given to the Street Fighter movies. People give it a lot of shit for being a stupid story. Street Fighter in the 90s had no story. It was you go to this tournament, you fight guys, and then at the end you get a paragraph blurb about their life. There's no fucking story. It's just a goddamn tournament. The only thing in the Street Fighter movie that I did not like is I feel like they just did Blanca and Dalzim dirty. And they could have done so much more with those characters. That is the only thing that I honestly think is done poorly. And if they rectify that in the Street Fighter movie, the new one coming out, I will be happy. Campy, I disagree. I think a movie can be too campy. Like, there's a fine line where the movie knows that it's self-referential and supposed to be dumb, and that's fine. But if you cross that line too hard, then you start rolling your eyes and going like, oh, well, this was a dumb choice on purpose, and like, it's kind of stupid that they've done this. I look at like movies like, I love Bruce Campbell. I love the Evil Dead movies. But My Name is Bruce, I think, was a little too campy. It was fine for a one-off watch. But I think it's just too in the know that it goes past that line and it's not as funny as it should be. When you try too hard to do that, it doesn't always work. Deadpool 3, I can definitely see some parts where you're like, yeah, I get that. It became such a cultural thing, right? The Deadpool 1 was so underground that it made everything work. Deadpool 3 definitely got very referential with itself. The movie was still great. I'd still watch it again, but there definitely were weak points there. Tucker and Dale versus Evil is a masterpiece movie. If I don't want to ruin it, I don't want to mess up the movie for anyone who hasn't seen it. But if you like funny and you also like horror, but like, I don't want like jump scare horror, but I like horror. Tucker and Dale versus Evil is just a beautiful, beautiful, almost perfect movie. It is still not raining. Come on. Where is this rain? It's supposed to be raining. Spaceballs 2, I'm willing to give it a watch. You know, I think we've seen better reimaginings, adaptations, and 20-year later sequels lately, to the point where I will try it. I will see it. I will not be surprised if it fails, but I hope it does well. Morning, girl next door. I thought you were talking about the Great Mother, since we're fighting Night Sisters right now. I was very confused for a minute. Just getting our Inquisitors, our Datacron shit out. I should be simming this. I hate that they've made Night Sisters one of the nodes, just because it's such a annoying team. It's not a hard team, but with Marin and Oldaka, all of the revives, if you're not simming, it just takes longer. We'll go into the hundreds today because I want to. Let's see how Satil does. Old Republic. Do Zalbar. Oh, that was beautiful. That AoE. Worth it. I don't know if they're going to last very long, but worth it. Yeah, man, I don't think I have any good ones for my crons. I think I've rolled 3 or 4. We'll see after this. And I keep rolling the wrong shit. And it obviously annoys me because I would like to have the correct stuff. I would like to have good stuff. I never get to roll the good stuff. No rain. I need it to rain. It's going to be so annoying if it doesn't rain. How low can this Satil... Oh, there it is. That's where the Omicron stops working nicely. The Relic 10, Relic Delta, rather. We are, Ali, over here, we have freeze warnings, but it's weird because it's not even really that cold. But there's a whole big freeze watch, and it's 51 degrees. So it's very, very strange. Significant threat to life or property. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't look like it's going lower than that today. All right, we need another team. Oh, the Stranger. Let's do Stranger. Stranger Danger. Stranger, what is it? Maul. I need to set up a short key for this. Star Killer. Let's do Ezra, because that's easier. And, oh, right, it's not Baby Cal. It's Cal, not Jedi Cal. Baby Cal. The cat. The cat knows. My cat yesterday, Adis, before me and Moonborn were playing a game, while I was waiting for Moonborn, I was sitting at my desk and my cat was like screaming at me. And she just wanted to sit on my legs. But she refused to jump onto my legs. Does Marin's Omicron work when someone is brought back via Talzin lead? I mean, I don't know off the top of my head, but I'd have to read the Omicron. Where is it? Whenever a Night Sister ally is defeated or revived, Marin gains 100% turn meter, which can't be prevented. At the start of his turn, inflict all... Yes, that works. That works with all revives. You mean drink your Egnards? No, Xander, that's why we've canceled. We've canceled the run. My parents are going to be annoyed, though. If it doesn't start raining, they are going to be annoyed. It was supposed to start raining at 6 a.m. And I waited until 9 p.m. to text people. And it kept saying, yes, it's going to rain at 6 p.m. Yeah, or a.m. Yes, it's going to rain at 6 a.m. And this rain still hasn't started. So I'm a little annoyed because this was the easy day for me to do the run. Now it's going to be so much more annoying. It's supposed to rain next Sunday too. Oh, now maybe Sunday is cloudy. So we will see. Hopefully it stays to cloudy. Well, here's the thing. If I did not cancel today, it would be downpouring right now. And I've had a few parents tell me like, oh, I don't mind if they run in a drizzle, but like, how do I know if it's supposed to be a drizzle until that morning? And I can't cancel a half hour beforehand. I need to give people ample time. One of those things they don't understand. A lot goes into it. I guess we could do laps inside the dojo, but a dojo, I mean, you'd be running so many goddamn laps. I wouldn't even know. I'd have to keep, it would be such a pain to keep track of. Might need more actual datacrons. I don't know how many I have left. I can't have an 80s movie montage without running in the rain. We're gonna need a montage. Montage, even Rocky had a montage. When you show a lot of things happening at once, that's when you need a montage. Things die so damn fast in Conquest now. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm waiting for CJ to drop something on us. Be like, oh, by the way, Relic 11 is coming out tomorrow. That would suck, because then I have to get my Gungans to Relic 11. It'd be really fun, though. Xander, anytime you've heard me lose my voice, so sometimes when I'm playing, I've like lost my voice and I'm talking in a really low voice, that's because I am constantly yelling. It's literally my job to be constantly yelling. Can I bring these guys down to 0 stamina? Fast Eddie, I know it, man. I got the same freeze warning. I'm in North Jersey. And yes, the pollen, I was just telling these guys before that my allergies have been through the roof this morning. No new game mode, no new TB planet until they tighten up time. Time is just too valuable right now. Time is at such a premium in this stupid fucking game right now. We need to tighten up time. You tighten up, we talk, Shiz, we talk about this every week. You tighten up my time, then we can have a new TB planet. You make this game take a little bit less time, then we can have a TB planet. Like, I'm not excited for next TB. Next TB, I have to be doing TB while doing GAC, while modding my 7 fucking characters in 3 hours. I don't have time for that. Look at these guys at 0% stamina. Tighten up my time, then you can talk to me. I mean, Xander, didn't they say that was coming like 6 months ago? They said something about like era PvP, right? But they didn't really say what it was. Yeah, Galactic Challenges. I didn't, when Galactic Challenges were out, I did 1 battle. I didn't even bother to get all of the rewards. It wasn't worth it. I didn't care. Still hasn't started raining. God. Why is Satil in this team? Did I only put 4? Like, you want to give me a new mode, fine, but just make something else quicker. I need something else quicker. And TB is where you need to make it quicker. You can do this. You can allow me to sim battles using a team. I have been hounding him. I did the video on the Galactic Challenge Omicron. I reimagined that Galactic Challenge Omicron as a Conquest Omicron for survival feats, but this was also before Relic Delta was active, and Relic Delta makes survival feats like super easy, so it's kind of irrelevant. But it is kind of ridiculous that wasn't something that they had thought of. Like, it's small. I understand it is small. But when you say, hey, we're getting rid of Galactic Challenges, you either come up with something right there and have it ready, or you refund it. Now it's just sitting in my roster doing nothing. And when they reimagine it, they're going to refund it to the people anyway. And it's going to be, why didn't you refund it to me before? And then I could choose to apply it later. Does so much damage. All right. Let's see. Where are we at? We just hit the rest of Conquest. This guy still, has he messaged me yet? No. Where are my datacrons at? So we have a Maroc one, which I'm told is pretty good. We have a Radis one, which is not bad. I've just been rolling them to 10 to 9, whatever the level is, and hoping for the best. Another fucking Chirrut one. So, of course, this will be the week that we get hard TW matchups, and I won't be able to re-roll it. Bit more light side. Not gonna get... I will fucking kill you in your sleep, shiz. Which I probably shouldn't say on a live stream, but please no. Please no. Like, seriously, man, I can't. People, veterans are already bleeding out of this game because of the time. They need to be seeing that. They need to care about that, like, a little bit. 33 days. Oh, Kitka used to be in our guild. Guess they have quit the game. Shame. See what's going on here. We're at 650. This is done. We're where we need to be. Mandalore is getting where it needs to be. Malachor is going to 550 before we start getting into reviews. We have 329 left. Let's check the math. Is 730 minus 654. We need 76 there. Make every TB planet a 6-day planet. Plus 730 minus 385. We need 421. Minus 329, 92. Man, people need to wake up and start doing their goddamn combat so we can see how we're doing this. Some guy fell asleep, woke up 1 minute before new phase, and panic just deployed and gave us 1-star Haven. That's, you know, I don't know. People really fucking annoy me when they do shit like that because, like, if just deploy before you go to sleep. Like, why? I don't understand why they. Like, I have people do shit like that all the time. They're like, oh man, I had a really busy day at work. Most of the time, you know, you have a busy Wednesday at work or Thursday at work, right? Because it's every week. Just do it the night before. I have people do all of their combats and then just not deploy. Why? Why make my life miserable? I just don't understand. Hates it, I does. Who am I putting this on? Oh, because it doesn't have. That's why, because this is an old mod. Let's see, 2x. Could use that. 2x 24. That has offense. I don't want to give something that doesn't have offense to somebody that had offense. We could give this to. Give it to Ayla. My Ayla is low. Throw it here. It's not a great mod. It's just a high speed mod. I don't want to get rid of your offense. I guess I could give it to BT1. And BT1 can go to. Oh, well, Chupios is only 1. Give it to Mission. Okay. Hold on. The first one we were going to give it to is BT1 because that one doesn't already have offense on it anyway. We're just losing out on flat offense, which is okay. And then we said that this is going to. I don't even fucking remember. Does anyone else remember? Oh, to Chupio. Looks like it's starting to get sunny. This is so fucking annoying. What else do we got? I think with a crystal income of 310, it might be really hard to do that while also keeping up on other things. Are you using my utility? Because that would very much help you out. Enjoy it, Kimmy. Is mod work in this economy? Well, I'm not doing a lot of mod work. I'm just seeing what I have here. Speed checks. Have the stuff to take this up. Let's see, make sure that we have an offense. No. Offense secondary on something. Anything good? It's got an offense secondary on a. So I could put this on Bastilla, but it's a potency. All right, we'll deal with that later. We will deal with it later. Here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna take that quick 2 minutes, and then we will head into reviews. Right? We don't have a lot of reviews today, but we're gonna get into the ones that we do have, and we will go from there. So just give me like 2 minutes.
Rush to reviews. Egnards is having a break and taking a Rush to reviews. Talking to me that what pack sex should sell to you. Ooh, to you. To you.
Okay, we are back. Is there a guide on what teams to use in Rise of the Empire? On our Discord, we have a lot of channels about teams that work. I'm gonna sneeze, so give me a I also have a few videos that show me beating the first, I think, like 4 or 5 sectors and the different combats that I use different teams on. An Egnards RR bingo card. What is the prize, Xander? That's the important part. Every bingo needs a prize. But yes, there are a lot of, I mean, every phase, honestly, there's differences, but the way that I tell people to build up teams, really, especially with era stuff, is real. If depending on where you are in the game, focus on getting the newer stuff up, because the newer stuff will be useful in more than one game mode, not just TB. Focus on GLs. GLs are pretty much always good in TB. You know, but it depends. It depends on where you are in the game. We're going to switch over. I need Discord. We'll keep the game up so that I can't see HodHod's roster review at the moment. Got this M3. I just saw that screenshot you sent me. But, oh my goodness. Passenex streaming at 8 in the morning. What? All right. Let's head over to those reviews. Let's see what it looks like. We have HodHod up. We're going to keep it off of the screen so that I can play my guessing game. I am disappointed in you for not having Pretty Patrol R9 in the free square. Actually, it would be Duel of the Fates. It would definitely be Duel of the Fates. Pretty Patrol, I don't always recommend to R9. I do mostly recommend it to R9. We've got 135 for HodHod. Top 50 are now executors and profundities with a mix of Leviathans. 8-ish people have Leviathans still in contact with like the top 15. All the old ABs are max except Fanatical Devotion, Uses Tuscans to CT2. Paw Patrol, the mod tier. Work in progress. I don't know what tier that is. I think that's R5. I'm not 100% sure. What are you currently working on? GM done, BCAM done. Balin unlocked. So GM done, BCAM done is not what you're working on. Balin unlocked. Now I'm basically very close to a lot of the GLs. Are you dead set on continuing with the current farms you were doing? Not really. My guild has told me to kind of hoard resources until June. So not really farming anything right now. The hoarding is for the future raid farm so that I can instant R9 2 teams. That's not a bad idea, HodHod. I have kind of told my guild the same thing, is that you really want to be in a holding pattern right now, especially if you're not in the earlier game, so that you can bring those teams up as soon as possible. Especially if your guild is doing max raid box, you don't want to be in a position where you lose a box for very long. I expect that most guilds who are currently maxing the raid will lose a box or two, but you want that to happen for, a month, for a month and a half. You don't want that happening for the long term. So it's not a bad idea to be in. How highly do you value efficiency? I think at this point in the game of my life, fun is much more important, especially considering I've basically done all the important teams for recourse. Are there any favorite characters you want to prioritize? No. Shards for any important Proving Ground characters, they're all unlocked. So this is tough because you want to R9 teams for the raid. You have all of the old ABs to CT3 except for one. Your Paw Patrol is at mod tier, but your Duel of the Fates must be R9. But you have a newer shard, and you're close to a lot of GLs. So I would say somewhere around like 9 to 10 million GP. We're going to pop this up on the screen so that we can see swugga.gg. HodHod 10.6 million. Fedcom Brotherhood. Let's see how they're doing in the raid. Raids, they are doing the 268 to 272. HodHod is hitting where he needs to with Leviathan. Pretty a Patrol. Okay, so it is the R5 tier that he is able to do. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. You really don't have all of the GL for recourse because remember, you are missing Ahsoka and you are missing Hondo, and both Ahsoka and Hondo do provide pretty good back-end stuff between the signal data and R9 mod, R9 stuff from Ahsoka and mod stuff from Hondo. So those are two fairly important GLs depending on how close you are to them. Ooh, I hit the right button for a change. Nice. We are far from Ray. We are very close to C, very close to JMK. Ahsoka, we're far from. Hondo, we're far from. Mostly older stuff. Not really farmed up yet on anything here. Okay, good. Let's just check out our Inquisitors. So we don't have Third Sister yet. You can most likely, with good modding, do CT3 of Fanatical Devotion, especially with Relic Delta helping you there. Before Relic Delta, it was a pain in the ass without Third Sister. Definitely doable. With Relic Delta, that should be a little bit easier. It's just going to be a modding situation of putting your best mods on those characters. I don't hate the idea of being in a holding pattern, but I definitely would be farming towards things. So right now, being in a holding pattern, it would be a good idea. This is a great time to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to prioritize getting a couple of these important ships up, right? So doing 5 battles a day on Rogue One, doing 5 battles a day. What other important ones do we have? not as important at 7 stars. Rebel B-Wing, right? So B-Wing, 5 battles a day. Rogue One, 5 battles a day. I would probably do Raven's Claw, 5 battles a day, just because right now we're worried about new stuff and you should have the energy to be able to do those things. I would also personally start working myself towards Ahsoka, even if I'm doing it slowly, because you want to make sure you have the resources for other things. I'm hoping that we get more raid news in 2 weeks, which I think will be really, really helpful to players to kind of understand what they're doing. But while you're waiting for that, you can be building these characters based on the relic materials that are maybe not limiting. So something like, getting to relic 5. I don't know what your relic situation, your signal data situation is right now, but saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to get Hu Yang at least to relic 5. And this is not inclusive of the light speed, the different light speed tokens, because I don't know what your situation is there. Getting Syndulla just even farmed up, getting to relic 5, because those shouldn't be the limiting relics towards getting to relic 9 raid teams. So working towards Ahsoka and working towards Hondo, because especially with Hondo, you don't really have anything farmed for this yet. And we don't know if those lightspeed tokens are going to even come out. As of right now, the lightspeed tokens for Cassian did not update to the things that should have been updated there. So we have no idea when or if they plan to do that. I would start positioning myself towards those 2 farms with the understanding and with keeping high level relic materials around so that you can jump on the raid stuff. Did they censor the name similar to the head of meat? I don't think so. I don't see any modding, auto mod stuff, Lady Geek. I have no idea. But that's where I would be working towards. Work yourself towards Ahsoka. Work yourself towards Hondo. Work yourself towards getting those 7-star ships so that you're not in a full holding pattern. Figure out what you need exactly for those 2 R9 teams. Figure worst case scenario, and relic material wise, use whatever your excess is, especially like gray signal data, which builds up very fast. Especially like, chromium transistors, bronzium wirings, carbonate circuit boards. Those are things that build up so fast that as a player, you don't necessarily need to worry about them as much. But obviously, maybe be careful about applying the R9s to this team. So like Ahsoka, Commander Ahsoka, and Fulcrum, because you need the R9 materials right now. And you might find out, oh, I don't, or you might get to a point where you have excess and then you can start applying them. But don't put yourself so far in a holding pattern that you're actually stopping yourself from making progress. Did they censor the name in Xander's chat? That is probably Xander self-censoring. Watching 2 weeks. Is that what Meathead just told you on your briefing call right now? Yeah, I actually see it. Do you have something? Do you have some weird Twitch setting in there? Why would it even censor meat? Because that seems strange. But I do see it as it's intended to be seen. So that's not on my side. But HodHod, that's really all I can tell you, man, is put yourself in a position where you are doing and you are getting closer to other farms, while also keeping yourself in a position to prioritize the raid. Now, the last thing I will tell you is that you are very close to JMK and you are very close to C. JMK is great, but it doesn't give you much. C can work really great with Bane and still does have his uses. My concern is your Zetas. My concern isn't getting these guys to Relic 7. My concern is whether or not you have the Zetas to do that and to do whatever your raid teams are. So definitely keep these two on your radar. And if you find yourself in a Zeta surplus, then yes, use the relic materials there. I would do C first just because you are that much closer. And because there is just as much use as for JMK. But just be careful of your Zetas there. Yeah, I don't know. Look, wasn't Meathead in All in the Family, right? That was the whole like USSR, Russian, like Eastern European derogatory phrase that they used constantly with the son-in-law. So I could see Twitch being overzealous with that, but I'm surprised they didn't do the whole thing. The phone company was like, no, Lady Geek, you are not allowed to see bad words. Just everybody type fuck in the chat and we'll see what happens. But HodHod, that's where I would stick around. I would just be careful about what you're using. And a lot of people that we're going to be seeing that a lot right now, where we're saying, hey, if you're in the end game or near the end game, close to the end game, that you're going to want to make sure you're building out your resources. Like right now, I would love to apply a couple of R9s and even 1 or 2 R10s. I have plenty of resources, right? But I need to make sure, because those Gerda keypads, that's enough for 4 characters. I need to make sure that I have enough to bring a whole team up to Relic 9. Same thing with impulse detectors, right? It's not where I want those impulse detectors to be. So I have to make sure that they are staying on top of where they are, instead of applying those upgrades that I would love to be applying right now. We're going to move on. Roster review request. We have Apricotwarrior. What time is it? It is 1:40. Let's say 1:49. Let's just wait till that 1:49. We're going to stall for 30 seconds. Are we there yet? Nope, we got 10 more seconds. And we are there. All right, Apricotwarrior 149. Messages contain regular type of 20. All Leviathans. Are you coordinating? Yes. Getting to CT, getting to 1 to 5 every day. Everything seems to be at CT3 except for Peridia Patrol, which is at R8, so is not at R9 right now, obviously. Currently working on Pico, Jar Jar, and Satil. Are you dead set with the current farming strategy? Dead set on Pico and Satil, otherwise open to suggestions. We did an Egnards stalls cutscene. There's a lot that I want to do, Xander, but I told Moonborn that we would wait until the summer because both Moonborn and I are teachers, and that'll give us a lot more time. Efficiency 80%, fun 20%. Are there any favorite characters? No. Missed out on 10 shards for Satil, but I'm going to get her after the current conquest. That fucking blows. Somebody in my guild did that too. They missed out by 5 shards. They must have forgot theirs somewhere, and they ended up buying it from the Conquest store. I'm going to say no Pico, no Satil. Most of the assault battles are up where they need to be. I'm going to say somewhere around 12 million. 13.2 million. All right. So really say the line. Really, we are an endgame player. Close to endgame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9, so it's really just Pico and I can't imagine that there's any advice I can give you, man. You have all of this, right? You have Balin, you have JMMY, Hondo is very close. Jar Jar, you either have him or you're just about to be there. I don't know what you want me to tell you. You have everything. Did we unlock Jar Jar? No. So Jar Jar we didn't unlock. Maybe we're in a Zeta crunch. 350 Zetas. How many do I have? I have 450 Zetas. Okay, so you're missing 100, but a lot of that 100 is probably shit tier stuff. I can't imagine your Zeta crush is too crazy at this point, right? Like if I go to your tools, what to Zeta, so you must have unlocked Satia. Oh, because you bought it. You bought her with the shards. You didn't wait till the end of Conquest then. You haven't really done your pirates yet, but your pirates are coming up. So maybe you are missing a bunch of Zetas. Okay. Maybe we are in a little bit of a Zeta crunch based on what we're seeing here. I don't know. We're very close to Pico here, and I think, you know, mods are so important. I think I would definitely finish Pico. It might slow down your raid score. It might slow down your raid teams. It doesn't look like you're in a guild that is over prioritizing the raid. Personally, you're still hitting that like 165 box. So you don't have to worry about going too crazy with the raid. If in a Zeta crunch is Jar Jar skippable, it pains me to say this. We all know how much I love my Jar Jar. Jar Jar does not build into anything. Jar Jar is like a B plus team. I love the team. My Jar Jar team fucks hard, but I think that he is very skippable and that there are more important things to do, especially if you're not maxing the era. And the important thing about maxing the era is you get all of those Zetas for free, right? And so a lot of you are going to need to spend era materials to get these characters up. Our Zeta materials to get these characters up for raid things. I don't think that the raid is a super priority for you. So I think that Pico is a solid move. Satil is just a great team. So I would definitely okay with getting Satil up. How is the rest of your Old Republic? Jedi Knight Revan is low. Bastille Shan is low. Where's Jolie? Did I just do Jedi? Of course I just did Jedi. Jedi Old Republic. There we go. This is low, Jolie. I mean, look, I would get both of these teams up. Personally, Pico, you need to be able to do the R9 tier. So Pico's going to need to go to R9. Satil, depending on what you're seeing, depending on what you have relic-wise, I really think Satil needs to go at least to R8. Mine is R10. But if you're going to bring Satil to at least R8, you really are going to need to, especially with Relic Delta, bring Revan to R8, Jolie to R8, whereas Old Bastilla to R8 over here. You want the team to be strong, right? So that's going to take you a little while to bring those characters up, but I would very strongly recommend just skip Jar Jar for now. Other than those things, I know that your Peridia Patrol is at R8. I'm going to say that that is something you should hold towards doing. between finishing Pico and between finishing Satil. At that point, we're going to be much closer to the raid. You're going to probably want to transition into some raid prep as well. So I would say after those two things, hold for raid prep, but outside of raid prep, your per diem patrol to R9 should be a priority. Every single month that we go by in this game where you are not bringing a team that gives you free resources every month is a time where you're wasting those free resources. You're leaving those resources on the table between, refreshing those events constantly. I'm going to say I'm probably resource positive on that. On top of the fact that the team just has done well for me on Mandalore and has given me holds before, so they have helped me out pretty significantly. But I think Satil and Pico can be done before raid prep. Hold for a little bit of raid prep. Stay on target with what your guild tells you to do. You're going to probably need a score of about 4 million to 5 million based on where your guild is. And then I would go right into Peridia Patrol. I wouldn't go too crazy other than that. All right. Is it bad you have deleted? You should see my Yahoo account. My Yahoo account has like 90,000 emails on there because it's basically my spam account and I don't check it at all, ever. We'll move into the last one. What do we got? CDL. Goodness, we got stars here and stuff. We will say 157. We're just going to say 157 here. Fleet Arena, all Leviathans, 3 Profundities, which are all above 15. I'm on the Discord and I get first most of the time unless I can't or forget. I do that sometimes. It happens. Assault Battles, all of them are at CT3 except for Ground War and Secrets and Shadows. I'm interesting that Jedi is still CT2. Fanatical Devotion, CT1 or 2, but just got Riva and GI, should be better. So Riva should bring that to CT3. Duel of the Fates are R9. Peridia Patrol is 7. I have a huge Zeta and Signal Data Relic Mats Crunch. I have 73 Amis and 22k era currency, but no LST. Right now, I don't really care about TW. It's always a clear win or a clear loss. That's why I hate TW. Current situation, I just got Reba to R5, GI to G12. I'm slowly getting Ray's ult, but don't buy tickets because of no Ben. Okay, I have Jedi Master Mace Windu and Soj waiting at G12. They're likely going to stay there for a long while. I will tell you right now that I have 3 characters at G12 in my entire roster, and Boba Fett Scion of Django is one of them. Right? Canderous Ordo, which I'll do with the Mandalorian token. Probe Droid, I know I'm going to end up doing pretty soon because of the ISB team. But Scion of Django is just sitting there, and he will continue to sit there and will continue to wait on the bench for me. But apart from that, I don't know what to farm. I'm somewhat for Glat, close to every farm but Pico. See all the panics in the thread. Trying to give Zetas, Amis, and Relics. I need to do GL to everyone that might miss them, but it's hard to decide whether it's worth it or find them. Ready to start any farm and efficiencies. Shards for any important characters. Jocasta's at 310. Fury Interceptors at 305. Ezra's at 300. You're going to get Ezra by the time you need Ezra anyway, so it's really not a big deal. You don't have Ahsoka yet, and you don't have Rey yet, so I wouldn't even... If you buy the Conquest Pass for other reasons, sure, but I wouldn't buy it just for Ezra. Ben and Maul are both at 290. DS Ray and Maz are at 270. SM33 is at 175. All right, so what I'm going to actually, I'll get into what I'm going to say in a minute. I see that you have posted the Panic Farm for a bunch of things here, which I appreciate, but I got that on .gg anyway. I'm going to say that this account is probably around 8 million at this point. Oh my God, 11 million. And we don't have the Jedi one at CT3 yet. That is crazy. Damn. And we have JML. What the fuck are we doing? Dude, here's what you need to do. The next time Ground War comes around, You are doing, well, let's see. Oh, that's why, because you do not have the Jedi Knight Luke lead Zeta. And I understand, because you're in a Zeta crunch, and you probably don't want to use that Zeta on his lead, specifically because you are only going to be using it for that one a match. So I actually kind of, I don't like it. I don't love it, but I kind of get it. I wonder if with Satele that would work once we get there. That would be interesting. Man, just for those minor amount of Zeta relic materials. I don't know. Being in a Zeta crunch, that can be really, really tough. Is lead Zeta. That's the unique. This is the lead. You need Heroes Arise. Heroes Arise is very, very, very important to this. I think I would do it, honestly. And I think you haven't been doing it because of that, but I think that right now it's a very small amount of relic material, but over time it becomes a very large amount of relic material. So I think I would do the lead Zeta just to get Ground War done. Secrets and Shadows, I'm not worried about. Fanatical Devotion, you have Riva now, so I'm not worried about Fanatical Devotion either. But I think I would do the lead Zeta for Jedi Knight Luke. The other big piece of information I want to give you is that, yes, you're in a huge data crunch. You're in a huge signal data relic mats crunch. Everybody is in a signal data crunch. Signal data is the big crunch right now. What I want you to be careful of is over speeding things up when you don't need to speed those things up. So if you, for example, only get the Conquest Pass to speed up your Proving Grounds, a lot of your Proving Grounds are very close to 330 right now, and you're not going to be able to afford to bring those characters higher. You're not going to have the materials, so why spend the money on the pass if you don't need to, if it's not going to fundamentally help you to get to things quicker? Pretty Patrol is at the 7-star tier. All right, let's see what we got here. Our guild raids 220. So your guild's going to want you to have like a 4 to 5 million score in the new raid when the new raid comes out. This guy's GP, he is at 11 million. Let's check out the gear tracker. Hondo, we're a little far on. Ahsoka, okay. Jar Jar, we're kind of close on. I think Jar Jar is very Zeta dependent and is very skippable. Unfortunately, I love my Jar Jar. I definitely would finish Leviathan. Even if you don't need Leviathan, even if you're getting to the top 3 or the top 1 all of the time, that just means that you can get your Leviathan and not have to 7-star it right away. I know you are missing your Fury class right now, but I would put yourself in a position. Your Fury class Interceptor will be done in a month or 2 months, depending on if you bought that pack or not, the Conquest pack or not. So I would not worry about speeding it up, but I would definitely put yourself in a position to finish this within that 2-month time frame. Dr. Afra, not a priority right now. C, you're very, very close to. JMK, you're very, very close to. Man. Yeah, you're just playing a Zeta game at this point. Honestly, man. Shards, last arrow tunes, requirements, ships, getting raised ultimate. I have Jedi Master Mace Windu and Luthen. Okay. I think that with where you are in the game, I don't know what your crystal income is. I don't know how much of a spender you are. But with where you are with Zetas, I almost feel like I would be putting a lot of my crystal income towards Zeta packs that are higher value, right? Zeta packs that get you to about that $1 to $1.25 per Zeta. Even crystal conversion, the free ones, like the 1600 daily deals that give 7 of them. I would be saving crystals to get there because I just think that you are fighting an uphill battle right now with how close you are to C and JMK. I just don't think it's worth ignoring them, right? You might as well finish them. No GL is a bad GL. There are GLs that are bad for a GL that are maybe at the bottom of the GL pool, JML being one of them right now. But all GL have a use, and I use C pretty much every GAC as it is, even where he is in the meta right now. JMK, you're super close. I would be just racking up what you can. I would do C. I would do JMK. Yes, I would do Ahsoka next. I wouldn't bother with Hondo just yet. I think Ahsoka is a little bit more important. I would throw Leviathan in that 2-month time frame. You want, once Fury class is unlocked, that you can apply this to the next event that comes out. If you are getting 1 with it, I would not star it up. Maybe bring it to 5 stars, but I would otherwise let yourself get free stars each month until you're at a point. Until you're at a point where you're required, where like your fleet and the people around you are kind of pushing you. Is raised 33 strangers. The one thing with a new guild, if you feel like, and I've said this to a lot of people, and I made the video about it. If your guild does not meet your level of play, you are not going to have fun playing the game. So it is worth finding a new guild. Just be aware that where you are in the game, you probably could find a guild that is doing 1 or 2 boxes ahead of what your guild is currently doing. But if you do that, your guild is also going to expect you to participate much more actively in that raid prep, which means it will kind of slow down some of your progress there. You have them at level 75 you need to get to 85 to get those characters. They're Zetas. It doesn't look like you're planning on bringing these characters to level 85 for the Zetas, which means if you're looking to do whatever, if these characters are in the raid, that you're going to have to be applying Zetas here and focusing on that team. So it's just something I would keep in mind with finding a new guild, is finding a guild that serves you and serves the purpose that you want from the game. But I would just be racking up. I would be racking up those 2 GL that you are close to. I would be finishing Leviathan. I would put that lead Zeta on Jedi Knight Luke so that you can do Ground War with Jedi Knight Luke in the lead slot. And I would work towards Ahsoka because that is another very solid resource event. I believe that the era battles have Zetas in them. I don't remember which tier. I don't know if that's the G12 tier or not. I'm going to see Dark Deception.gg, Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Let's see if the tiers are somewhere. I'm going to try and find this. Right, it's called Dark Deception. Why do I keep typing Star Wars Galaxy? Why do I keep typing 4? What the fuck is wrong with my keyboard is doing some weird like thing with the buttons, and it's not doing. I definitely hit something, but I don't know what I hit because I cannot type right now. Why? Why can I not type right now? What the fuck is going on with my keyboard? Keyboard, what are you doing? FG, it's just my AWSD keys are not working. But why are they not working is the question. No, they're doing something. But every other key is, it's just my AWSD. Is that like some kind of stupid on-screen accessibility thing? Because I want to check Dark Deception for where the Zetas are. And I cannot seem to do that right now. Where is... Fuck. CDL, I apologize for being all over the place right now. I don't know. I guess I have to figure it out after because I don't. God. Let's see. AWSD not working on keyboard. Yes, those are the arrow keys for games, but I don't know why they try pressing and holding the FN key and not working in any FN. The function key? I don't think I do have an FN key. FNW. Okay, I guess I just hit something weird there. I don't know. I think I cycled into a weird mode, but now it works. So Dark Deception, Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Or maybe, is it not called Dark Deception? What is it called? Era Battle, Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Dark Decimation. Dark. Run.gg. It is tier, of course. Of course.gg just has an unknown thing on there. Tier 4. All right. I don't know what tier has the Zetas. I think it's tier 3. I'm not 100% sure. If it's tier 3, that does mean you'll be getting some more Zetas from hopefully the next era battle coming up. But I think that you're just in such a Zeta crunch that we can't go too wide. And because you are close to 2 GLs, you really do need to work towards those GLs. You know, I could create a Zeta priority list for you, but that is very time intensive. Anytime somebody asks me to do that, that is like a 2 to 3 hour project. Well, I can't because I don't, does it say it in the game yet? It does say Light Liberation, but you can't check the tiers. It's tier 4. Okay, tier 4. You can't check the tiers of the upcoming Light Liberation until you until it's actually active. So maybe you'll be able to do it. The one that requires relic 1 or 3. Yeah, it's a possibility because you have Cassian, and I think you just need Cassian. You don't need him at 7 stars. I'm not 100% sure. The only real advice I have for you, other than going towards the GL that you're very close to, is don't over prioritize and don't spend towards things that are not limiting to you. Zetas are very limiting to you right now. You need Zetas. I don't even know if signal data is limiting to you. With how low your Zetas are, relicking more things isn't helping you. You know, so I don't even know if that is something I'd be spending a lot of my crystals on, except for my 3 Cantina refreshes a day, because Cantina refreshes every day is just very important. That's all I've got, though. I don't have anything else. We have who? Somebody just popped in, right? Garius. All right, Garius. We will your Gary 7 here. Do one more. See what your account looks like. It's a weird place to be in, though, right now with the game. Top 20 of your fleet is... Oh, we have to check this, right? 216, 217. 217. Are you coordinating with your fleet Discord? No. Assault battles, mostly CT2. Military Might CT1. Ground War CT2. Seers and Shadows, Fanatical Devotion are 0. Duel of Fates are 7. No Peridia Patrol. What are you currently working on? SLKR, BKM, then Executor, then Star Killer and Jedi Knight Calcestis. Maybe some Republic characters so I can make 2 Republic teams, Padme and KB. Are you dead set on continuing with the current plans? Not really, but I think those farms are good. How highly do you value efficiency? 100% efficiency as long as I don't have to farm resistance. Good news, you never really have to farm resistance, though I don't understand people who have resistance to farming a team just because they don't like a certain character. I think it's dumb, but, you know, it's your account. Favorite characters, Gas for my KB team. I don't want to farm 501st, but I like Gas. KB's team doesn't necessarily need all Jedi Vanguard, but it's really a Jedi Vanguard team. So Gas will do stuff there. I don't think it's going to do everything that you want it to do there. 100 Razor Crest shards. I have crystal income of about 310 crystals per day. 310 crystals per day. Not very high. That's kind of rough because you're going to want to be doing... You're going to be doing like Cantina refreshes. I'm imagining top 20 all Leviathan, so you're not doing very well in your fleet shard. I'm going to say you are somebody that maybe has an older account, quit for a while, and then maybe came back, and that you're maybe somewhere around like 7 million GP. 3 million GP. Damn. I need to know Garius. I need to know the story here. Like, this is a new account-ish. Like, is this a very old account and you just started playing again? And it's like, what's going on here? It has to be. How are there all Leviathans in your fleet shard? I mean, I know that there were Leviathan Lightspeed bundles, but I can't imagine that it's this competitive for this small of an account. Unless it is an older shard. Because we need to get you fleet income. Like that more than anything else. You need fleet income. What are we doing here? What's going on? I made the account when I was meta to rush Elsikar, but then I quit for... Oh, my God. And did you spend money? Oh, man, I would have made a new fucking account. Please don't tell me you spent money recently. I would have made a new account, bought some of the permanent Lightspeed bundles, and went from there. Had a better fleet shard to work with. You'd have had so much more viability. So Executor, we're very close to Executor. That's going to help. It's going to help you, but it's not going to get you to top 1 most likely based on your fleet, your free to play. Okay. So then starting a new account, maybe not as MP, what I'm going to tell you is that Executor can beat Leviathan. I'm not an expert on that. Bit Dynasty has tons of videos on that kind of stuff. Look up Bit Dynasty's videos on like Executor versus Leviathan. I don't know if it works at 5 stars, but I know that he is the OG of fleets, and his videos will help you out more than anything. Gary, as a free-to-play, you definitely need to get this Executor. Even if we're just getting the top 50, even if we can squeeze our way into the top 20, those extra fleet crystals will be a savior for you. I'd love to get you in the top 5, honestly. I really would love to get you in there, but it's going to be difficult. Profundity's really quick. You want to go for that Profundity. We haven't really done anything toward, or not Profundity, sorry. Executor is really quick. You definitely want to go for that Executor. You are not super close on either of these. Your Kylo. I definitely would like, I would like to see you finish Kylo, because with Conquest the way it is now, with Proving Grounds the way that it is now, SLKR, I think, has rebuilt his importance in the game as being a really solid survival feat character, as well as being a really solid Proving Grounds character. So Kylo Ren should definitely be very high up on your radar. BKM, I don't think BKM is super important for you right now, anyway. I would definitely prioritize Executor as your top priority. SLKR is your second priority. I don't think SK is really important for you right now. I would say that you really want to go into the things that are going to help you with other things, right? Like getting Jedi Knight Luke with where JML at your level of the game is still going to be just as good or bad as anywhere else in the game. But Jedi Knight Luke is going to help you get Jabba, and Jabba is going to be a incredibly important farm for you. Rebel Officer Leia, you're going to have to work towards. I would get her in the bounty event anytime that bounty event comes around. I would get Wampa in the bounty event anytime Wampa comes around. Hermit Yoda looks to be okay right now, but I would be working towards Jedi Knight Luke and working towards Jabba after you finish Executor and Kylo Ren. I wouldn't even think about any other farms until you have those things down. Right? More than anything else. BKM is not going to offer you anything right now. SK is not going to really offer you anything right now. Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, without JML, is not going to really offer you very much right now. So I think you need to work on those core resource management things before you start working on those things. SLKR, yes. SLKR, you're super close, very useful to you right now. Executor, yes, will at least get you into the top 50 so that we can get you some fleet crystals. But definitely Jedi Knight Luke, and bring that Jedi Knight Luke right into Jabba. Now, your JML is, pretty far. So I normally would recommend that Jabba and JML kind of be farmed in tandem. I don't know, and I'm not 100% sure if I still like that advice, depending on a few newer factors. But because you're so early in the game, I do think, it still is applicable. You need to build out your early game resource management. so that you are prioritizing all of the free stuff that is coming to you. Do you have Inquisitors? I would maybe focus not necessarily on the Inquisitors, but because of the Lightspeed tokens, you should be able to beat Fanatical Devotion at CT1 with these characters, even using like Fifth Brother lead. You're just going to have to put your best mods on them, right? So I would definitely mod these characters to at least be able to do Fanatical Devotion. So that you can get the free Zetas at CT1. I am aware that you're going to be getting a Lightspeed tokens in a few days, but you're also going to have to spend Zetas on BKM and on that last character. So you will be very close to BKM. And if you want to side farm BKM and do that and disagree with me, you are very welcome to do that. I just don't think you're going to get as much benefit out of BKM right now, and that it's more important to put those resources towards those other farms. Now, that doesn't mean that those Lightspeed tokens are a waste. It just means that when you get past these resource hurdles, that you're going to be quicker and closer to BKM for when that time comes. What I always kind of say with my roster reviews is that I am offering you efficiency advice, right? And as a player, you need to look at my efficiency advice and determine how much of that advice you want to take. Some people take it to a T and they full on follow what I say exactly. Some people ignore my advice and they just relic 10 their first order instead of doing the things that I tell them to do. That is a personal choice. I can't choose fun versus not fun for anyone other than myself, right? I would strongly recommend not wasting my Zetas and my time on BKM and Starkiller and Jedi Knight Cal Kestis just yet. I would personally say that it is your job right now to build out the other things in your account, because those are the things that are going to give you more resources in the end. I'd add he's coming back at a relatively good time. If we've got raid news and he can go into it pretty hard, it could make a difference. So going into raid stuff pretty hard, depending on what that raid stuff is, could elevate you into a guild that that is way above where you should be. My only counter argument there is that this is a free-to-play player, and being free-to-play and not really having any raid income right now, you know, you are definitely going to have a fully free-to-play account's worth of era stuff. Depending on what those raid tunes are, going a little bit harder in that could help, but I don't think we're at a level of the game right now where it's even honestly worth saying hold for the raid. Morning, user. How your inefficient approach to finish your 10 or whatever remaining Zetas just because it's so great to have no Zetas ever required again. I feel it, man. I got no Zetas required, right? I fully understand that, and I appreciate it, but you could just not spend the money on those things, right? You could just let those build over time. I know that that's not your style. That's not what you like to do. I get it. I fully understand it. It's not the choice that I would make. You calculated if you save 250 crystals per day, you can get the next era tuned to 5, but that would leave you with only 60 crystals for refreshes. I don't know if that's worth it for you, Garius. I really don't know if that's worth it for you. Your crystal income is so low that you are going to be significantly stalling your refreshes for things that are important right now. And you're going to be building out these era characters without modding, right? Because you don't have a mod system in place yet. You don't have Jabba yet. I would keep my era for where you are right now. I would keep my era at a free-to-play bare minimum so that you can make sure you're building out your resource funnel. That resource funnel is one of the most important things a player can have. And without a modding funnel, you are not going to get a lot out of having the next era at 5 stars. Yes, you are quite poor on your Omegas user pretty frequently. Very frequently. You can, yes. It is crazy that his Omegas are very limiting. So are his ship Omegas. I think, and even regular ship material is very limiting on his account. Prestige is very limiting on his account. CG does not like to sell ship things, which is kind of crazy. It's kind of interesting in that way. CG's full. He would have bought those things if not for CG kind of stopping those things. But Garius, to kind of finish out any advice that I could possibly give you, the advice is that you need to work towards Jedi Knight Luke. You need to work towards Jabba. You need to finish Executor ASAP. You need to finish SLKR, but avoid everything else. The other things are all traps with where you are in the game. That would be my personal opinion. I understand what you mean by the next era, Garius. I think that you need your resource funnel first. You need more crystal income, right? And building out those things, you might even get more GAC daily crystal income as well, and that would be great. Money's left on the table. I'll take it, man. I will always take it. Solo. This stuff. All right, so I think we've finished that one because there's really not much more I can give you at this point. I do want to check in on a game really quick. I want to see where my guild is at with everything. 730, 683. So 730 minus 683 plus 730 minus 474 minus 236. We are at a negative 67, assuming we don't need anything for Mandalore. Whether or not we need some for Mandalore is going to greatly depend on the guild. I do need to run the bot really quick. So we're going to do that. Am I making 48 stars? We're definitely hitting 46. We might hit 47. Which I think will get easier very close with the next. I think it'll get easier with the next TB, depending on what happens because of the era ending. But it's a definite at least 46. Just waiting for this to hit off. Waiting for the platoon bot to send out the stuff so that I can get my connection back to the game. Come on. What is going on? Egg players. Why is it taking so long? Era dump GP bloat. It'll bring me over 15 million, finally. I don't think we're going to get to 47. I don't know if there's enough combats left. Just waiting. It's okay, though. It's fine. Just waiting for the bot to do the thing that the bot needs to do. There we go. We can reload the game. Game is re-rolling. All right. Well, here's the deal, guys. We have this all rolled up and in a ball. We did TB, we did Conquest, we did 4 roster reviews. Normally, I only do 3 roster reviews on any given Sunday. So I'll say that we did more than we usually do, and we might have brunch next week. We might not have brunch next week. It really depends on my students and if we are able to do our black belt run next week. What sucks about next week is that if there is no brunch next week, it'll actually be 2 weeks in a row without a brunch, because May 3rd is also an event that I need to attend for work as well. So for my sake, there is a possibility of 2 weeks with no brunch. That means that members brunch will likely possibly not happen. And if that is the case, we will do members brunch the first brunch that we get back. We will play it by ear, because next week it looks like it might actually still rain. This is the time where we might we'll head on over to because Cosmo's not doing anything. We will head on over to Tassanex, who is currently playing Galaxy Heroes. If you are watching for some reason and not subscribed, rectify that. It helps me. If you did not watch my Arnold response video, whether you agree with it or not, please go watch it 40, 50, 60, 100 times on mute, on replay, because I need it to hit those algorithms and I want Arnold to see it. This is my one chance to have an actual intelligent conversation with him. I need him to see that. This chance is not coming around again. But we are going to head out, and I hope everybody has a great Sunday. 5 viewers ready to raid Tassanex. All right, let's pop on in there and see you guys later.